What's up, guys? KG, Rough to Be Buff TV. We are back. I got another awesome interview for you today while I'm driving and not looking at the road. No, just kidding. I'm interviewing a member from our gym at Next Level. She's seen amazing results. A big goal of my channel was, you know, I wanted to be lifestyle and fitness and nutrition, but I also wanted to be real people getting real results and telling you their process of how they found success in the gym. So we're going over to Next Level today, and we're gonna break down that interview for you and everything that Jackie did to get herself in phenomenal shape. Thanks for tuning in. I'm super excited about this success story. Her before and after is amazing. As always, thanks for tuning in, guys. Welcome back.
Jacqueline Bojorquez. I am 35. I'll be 36 next month, actually. My son, Baron, is 11 years old. My occupation, I work for Greg's Auto Body, which is a family business.
We're gonna start off with speed round first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you 10 questions,
Oh, no.
and you give me the first thing that comes up to your brain, okay?
All right.
So, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Food.
I love everything.
Dessert.
I'm a candy freak. I like candy.
Athlete.
Right now, I've been into Bojorquez because I just did her program and it was awesome.
Superhero.
Definitely Superwoman for sure. I like Deadpool.
Nice. Comedian.
Oh, you know, I really like Sarah Silverman. She's great.
Cartoon.
All the raunchy ones. South Park and all that stuff. It's good, yeah.
Who's your favorite talk show host?
I guess Oprah's a good one, you know? I don't know. Ricky Lake? What?
There you go. Perfect. Spirit animal. What's your spirit animal?
Oh, a lion for sure. I'm a lioness.
Who's your favorite person in the whole wide world?
Oh, my husband. And my son, of course, but yeah, my husband's, he's my number one.
First things first, tell me about your results.
I have lost about 100 pounds. I've gained a lot of muscle. I don't really put a lot of time and effort into measuring myself per se. Like, I look in the mirror, I like what I see. My performance in the gym has been amazing.
How long did it take you to lose that 100 pounds?
It took me about probably 3 years.
What would you say was your rock bottom, or maybe your come to Jesus moment where you knew you had to make a change?
There's been a couple. I know there was one point in my life where before the fitness really came in, but that's where a big life-changing moment for me was trying to put myself into a mental hospital because I thought that I was crazy. That was a huge rock bottom for me, but then the fitness didn't start till way after that, but that was a big rock bottom for me, yeah. They wouldn't take me in because I wasn't suicidal.
What was the #1 excuse that stopped you from getting into shape earlier in your life?
Feeling sorry for myself all the time, you know, being depressed all the time. I was always like, woe is me, and you know, I can't do this, and thinking that life just sucked, and that there was no way out of where I was. Just really feeling sorry for myself, really. Yeah, I think that was probably one of the greatest things, yeah.
What do you think the stem of that was?
For a long time, I was in a really toxic relationship with my ex, my son's father. He was mentally abusive to me, not physically, but mentally, and I think that really kind of drove me into like this depression era of my life where I just felt like everything was impossible, like, you know, for myself. To better myself.
How has your life changed since you started working out and lifting weights?
Oh wow, exponentially, really. I'm a different person completely, I would say. I mean, you can probably ask a lot of my friends that I've had over the years, and some of them I don't hang out with as much because I'm not that same person anymore, you know? I'm never depressed anymore. I used to, there'd be days where I'd like lay on the couch all day long, just eating and just feeling sorry for myself. Woe is me. Life sucks. I don't ever do that anymore. I have so much more energy. I'm happy all the time. I don't look at myself in the mirror anymore and say, look at that piece of shit, you know? Sorry, I probably shouldn't.
No, it's all right. First it up. I don't mind. That's fine.
You know, I used to do that a lot, you know? I used to complain to Justin all the time. Oh my God, I'm so fat, and you know, does this look okay? Da, 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 da. I don't do that anymore. You know, I know that I'm fine. I know that I'm great.
And working out's giving you that. And
working out has totally given me the confidence. I don't ever worry about what people think about me anymore. For the most part, I mean, I'm sure there's those little things, but you know, for the most part, I feel like amazing.
Complete this sentence. A good workout leaves me feeling
exhausted, stronger than I was before, Usually I'm super sore, but like happier and just feeling like I've executed, you know, and it made something out of my day.
Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to the person that you were at the very beginning of your journey?
Oh, wow. Don't ever give up, which I never did. But there was times when I felt like there was never an end. Trust in yourself. Trust in your husband, because he knows the best. It's so true. He's been my biggest devil's advocate, I guess you would say. Yeah, totally.
In what ways has Justin helped you?
So many ways. When we first started dating, actually, I remember thinking, am I dating my dad or my boyfriend? Because he would constantly tell me, what are you doing this for? You shouldn't be doing that. You know, and I was like, what am I doing with this guy? Like, do I really want this? Because before, nobody ever told me what to do, you know? And so it was a big thing for me to like have this guy come in my life and start telling me like what to do. I was like, who's this guy? Like, fuck him, you know? Like, but I loved him a lot, and I think the biggest thing is that I knew that he was right. And that was the hardest part to accept, that he was right and I was wrong. And the way I was living my life was pretty shitty. And he was just trying to make it better. He's been my supporter 100%. He's the cook. Well, we cook together, but he cooks my food. He takes care of Baron while I'm here at the gym. When I was first starting out in my fitness journey, you know, he was there home with him, who is his stepson. So he took on a big responsibility there, you know, so.
If there's one thing you could say to Justin right now, what would it be?
Thank you. I love you. I want to cry. But, sorry.
No, it's okay. What do you think are some of the most common mistakes that women make when starting a fitness program?
I would say sometimes women that don't have a goal, then they tend to not like know what they're doing, or just kind of give up because they're not, or maybe their goals are set too high, so they're like, oh, I give up, you know? And I did that a couple times too. But I mean, I guess everybody's different. For me, honestly, not setting a goal kind of was better, because then it was exponential. Like I just kept going and going and going and going, you know? Like I know that I wanted to, I remember seeing girls on TV and like, I want to look like that girl. And sure shit, I fucking look like that girl now, you know? Like one day I was like, oh my God, remember babe, remember when we were sitting on the couch? I think I remember watching Lost. Remember Lost? And there was this one girl in there, I forgot what her name is, but she was badass. I remember she was badass, she had some muscle, she looked amazing, and I was like, one day babe, I want to look like her. And I look fucking better than her.
If you could only pick 3 exercises to do for the rest of your life, which ones and why? Thrusters, because they're full body. And dumbbell or barbell? Oh, barbell, of course, yeah. But they suck. And it's probably something that's hard and I don't want to do, but I'm going to do it anyways. Burpees, because they suck, but I'm actually pretty good at them. And snatches, because I love them and they're super hard. I'm actually pretty decent at them. Still getting better at the technique. During this entire process, what have you learned about nutrition and diet? I remember thinking at one point in my life, I eat pretty good. I think I eat pretty healthy. No, you don't. If it, like from what you've said, if it comes out of a box, if it comes, you know, in a package or whatever, for the most part, it's usually not good for you. Eat whole foods. I've learned that making everything yourself, to be able to know what you're putting in your body and how to fuel yourself right, that's been my biggest change. I work out obviously harder now, but when I was heavy, I worked out pretty damn hard then. Give 100% in the gym and 50% in the kitchen, nothing's gonna change, you know? You can't do one without the other. Throughout this entire process, what are you most proud of? I'm most proud of myself, the way that I've changed my brain, the way I eat. I used to be a little like shy and nervous around people. Now I'm like a little more outgoing, look at life in a totally different way. I get along with people, with family, with friends better. I used to be a big bitch. I'm not a bitch so much anymore. My attitudes changed tremendously. Obviously proud of myself, being a better person, really. On the days you don't feel like going to the gym, what do you tell yourself? Get in there, get it done, and you'll be a better person for it. Some days, obviously, you just don't want to go in at all. Maybe you need to just stay home. For the most part, trying to compete against myself, really, you know, be better than you were yesterday. You recently got certified as a level 1 CrossFit coach. Yes. What inspired you to do so? CrossFit has changed my life tremendously. I was kind of thrown into it because Joe here at the gym said, hey,
we're moving into the new gym, because I used to be back at the old gym. We're moving into the new gym, and I'm gonna start CrossFit in the mornings. I'm like, well, that's what time I come, so I guess I'm doing CrossFit. And I'm so glad I did. It's changed my life. I finally found a hobby that I'm really into and that I really love. I think that's one thing in my life that I was lacking. I had no hobbies. I had nothing to extra, curricular to do outside of work. Maybe put that towards like a career is amazing. Be able to do it more than just a hobby is amazing. Anybody can do it, Take the time to learn, take the time to grow, and potentially make somebody else better.
One of your favorite fitness influencers was Brooke Ents.
Right.
And she's a CrossFit Games competitor.
Yes.
What is it that you love about her?
She's never won, but she still competes. She started this whole new program that I just did, what I just think is great. She's building herself as a brand name, really. She's a tough chick, and she's beautiful.
What do you love about Next Level?
So when I first started working out, I was doing Zumba, I was doing hiking. I started doing an all-women's boot camp, and that was my first introduction into like the boot camp world. And then I was like, but that was my sister's thing. I went with my sister, like, I need to find my own thing. So I was looking online, trying to find a good gym. That's when I found Next Level, when it was back on Valley Home and Whittier Boulevard. And the one thing I loved about it was that they accepted me the way I was. Like, I felt really comfortable there. I was a big girl at that time, but nobody ever looked down on me on that. I think, everybody was very accepting of me. Worked my ass off when I was there. I love the family aspect of it. Everybody's like family, friends. I feel like I come in here and I'm comfortable. I know everybody. I say hi to everybody. It's just a great community.
What's your favorite quote?
It's not necessarily a quote. Last 30 years of my life, I've been doing nothing but eating crap, overindulgence, partying, drinking, doing my, letting myself do whatever I wanted, really. I said, well, now I could spend the next 30 years of my life treating my body good, eating good, exercising, discipline, which discipline I never knew. That's one thing I tell people often. I'd say it's not necessarily a quote. Last 30 years was play, next 30 years is work, I guess.
Who would you like to thank?
Obviously my husband. He's, my biggest supporter. I would say the guys in the gym, Joe, Conway. See, here I am getting emotional again. They're awesome. Stupid me. Everybody else who's influenced me, Joe's wife Heather, she was a badass, and she was a big inspiration for me. All my CrossFit friends and family, because they push me to be better. Oh, another big one, Lindsay. Lindsay is a huge motivator for me. She is a badass, and she is like, I want to be so much like her. And she's such a good person. Her and Andy, they're like the best people ever. I'm like, I want to cry just talking about them because they're just so awesome. They're like the greatest people ever, and they're so humble and so kind, and just great coaches.
Okay, cool. Hey, thanks. So Jackie, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. This has been awesome.